Alright, I'm here. This kind of stuff, look at this. Okay. This is not even staying here. But she couldn't use the counters because we had them all uh, down with those cinder blocks and stuff. I've moved those out already. I told her, I said, those countertops were secure last night. Look at this. This ain't staying here. This is not staying here. She knows it. But I guess she had to set up something, so. Good morning. So Steph called me, and she sent me a picture of this bubble. Curl bubble. She sent me a picture of Molly and all the goats except for Sam, because Sam hardly ever gets into trouble. Sam is usually the one that's not doing something he's not supposed to. I don't even know if Frodo, I'll say Frodo's sweet too, but Frodo will get into some trouble if he can. But they were all in her patch by the chicken coop, eating on her feed. And she said, praise God, she still has some feed, so I don't think they'd been there very long. What they did was, and this is what I found out yesterday, I had to come down here because Ellie called and said 2 goats were in Tony's yard. And he didn't think they could get into Tony's yard. So they got out somehow. Well, I don't know how they got over there. I honestly don't know. I walked everything when I came back down here, and I ended up having to just go to the little black gate between me and Tony's yards and open it and call them back through. And I couldn't see how they got in there. So now this morning here, they're all out except for Sam, but they're in Steph's. So I walked that whole little stretch, that straight line fence that comes up, it's hard to see, but comes up right there and goes all the way down and touches Bree's corner back there. There's saggy wire, and goats will get out saggy wire if they can. Molly, she's tall enough to kind of step over some saggy wire. So I don't know. But I said, I don't know, unless they jumped it right here. I said, Bree's horse had her. Gosh, I am so sick of Tony's dog barking at me in my own backyard. Bree's horse was up here behind Buddy and Steph's, like where their bees are, but over by the mom and dad's driveway. And she had her head at one of them, had their head over, and was eating the grass on the other side of the fence. And Dad's, what were we? That was Saturday when we came home from the thing, because that's the only day me and Mom and Dad have been in the same vehicle. And Dad said, yeah, they'll be jumping that soon when she gets that sag down, because that's not cattle panels, it's just that old goat wire and a strand of barbed wire across the top. Anyway, I said, unless they jumped this and then they jumped over there where the horses made it sag, I don't see. And she goes, well, if they got over here, how'd they get in? I said, well, Steph, it opens at your garage. They would just walk the driveway until they found that opening that comes into your backyard. And eventually they found your way into that little field, and then they seen the food. That would have been what they did. But I don't think that's what they did. I think these little weirdos, because when I come back through, that gate between me and Tony was on the ground. I feel sprinkles. I think Molly unhooked it with her head and let them all out. And I think they made their way. I probably, if I go into my front yard, will find poop or goat poop or something. And I honestly don't think they'd been there that long, because while I was sitting there eating my my last little slice of banana nut cake, I could hear Jensen and Honey on the front porch, and they were barking their heads off, like crazy barking. I think that's when they were coming through the yard. So I think they come down the driveway, come through behind Debbie's, right into my front yard, and just made their way around. And that's why Steph's okay with food, because she said they didn't eat it all. So I don't think they'd been there very long. I think it had just happened when daylight came and they started messing around out here. Anyway, I guess I'm going to close up his gate permanently. He'll have to come around. He'll have to come in his car, or go out and come around and come in the back, because his gate, that whole fence behind him, between me and him, was going to be a problem, because I think the vines have just pulled it over. And I know one place that is kind of wonky. I had y'all were with me that day. It's been a while back, but I said it needed a T-post there, and they still haven't messed with that place, but it does need a T-post. The post is broke at the ground, but it's still standing up. It needs a T-post. Now, they didn't get through there because it's still standing. The gate was completely on the ground. So she picked that gate up and she just laid it down, and they walked right over. I would imagine Tony's probably got goat poop on his porch. He told me one day, he called me one day it's been a while. I mean, it's been a long time. But he called me and goes, "Were your goats out today?" And I said, "Why do you say that? You've been at work all day." He goes, "Because there's goat poop on my porch." I'm like, "I'm so sorry." That was Frodo went into his house, because Tony's front door doesn't lock good. It closes, but it doesn't latch. Praise God, we don't have people trying to kill us around here. It doesn't latch. And it doesn't go into the slot no more, so don't catch. And Frodo was literally in his house. When I went around and called him, Frodo come out of their house. Out of his house. I just went up and pulled the door closed. I didn't know how long he'd been in there, but I don't guess he pooped in the house, but he did poop on the porch. Anyway, I got to get dressed. I got to get to Home Depot, because I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 2 more cabinets in that laundry room. Remember I told y'all I was thinking about? Well, they may have been in here. No, they didn't get in here. Somebody pulled this out, though, but the goats couldn't have gotten in here. Anyway, I'm going to keep them locked up in the front right here in their little lane where they're at right now. They're eating. Headphones on. Okay, we are headed to Home Depot.
So when my headphone fire's burning, makes it wow.
Oh my gosh, what are you talking about?
She told me to talk about the song.
Who?
Let's go talk about the song.
Who is that?
My blackhead girl.
Let me see her. Loretta Lynn?
Yes. My black girl Betty Winston in the song. She said in the song.
Black-haired girl, Loretta Lynn. All right, I'm here. This kind of stuff, look at this. Okay. This is not even staying here. But she couldn't use the counters because we had them all down with those cinder blocks and stuff. I've moved those out already. I told her, I said, those countertops were secure last night. Look at this. This ain't staying here. This is not staying here. She knows it. But I guess she had to set up something, so look at that. This was all set up decorative. This was here. This little cat sitting out like that. I had to move it to fold a towel. This is what she's done. That kid's crying again. I'm just not a baby. I'm out. Let's look at this. I'm hungry. I'm starving. You're ridiculous with your crying. And you're so big. I think you could live a day or two with no food. You're like the rest of this family. Yes, you is. Yes, you is. You bent your ear over. You're like the rest of this family. You don't need it. You don't need it. You just want it. You just want it. Wait till it's a snack cake. Wait till it's a snack cake. All right, well. Okay, so I don't know. Mom's fixing her something. I don't know what she's fixing her. We're moving that green dresser out of there. Not yet sure where it's going. Hopefully somewhere else. But I told her she just felt like she needed it for storage. In there in the boys' room is a half of a wall with nothing on it. Absolutely not one thing on it. I know right now there's a baby thing right there, but that same wall right there, she could put it in there.
I don't want to.
Okay, she don't want to. So she just don't want it. We're going to do away with it. Or give it to somebody. they will most definitely have to repaint it.
Some people might like teal green. I like teal green.
Probably not teal green done with spray paint, where some places are thick and some places are lightly done.
I'm lazy. I have carpal tunnel in my hand. I can't paint.
Anyway, we're pretty sure she's going to need another cabinet in this kitchen. So, Mama, I'm coming. I've got all this done over here. It looks really pretty. So, I think I'm going to measure this right here, this space between the cabinet and the window, and leave exactly that same space. I would not if we shouldn't need another cabinet, because
I don't need another cabinet if you'll just put that medicine one up for me.
you don't want something else in here, because you kind of got stuff spread in weird ways.
Okay, just hold me.
I'm going to help her figure out what she's doing. I'll be back in a second. Look at that gorgeousness. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Now you see a rim right up here. You can't help that. That is the underneath of the cabinet. Now there's not even really a line to caulk under there.
Okay, I'm ready.
Isn't that pretty? I'm working my way. I've already got down all the way around to here. I wanted to get this wall done so they can bring the microwave in the oven. And then they can kind of set this end up. So I've already caulked it over here in this corner and everything. So it's taken a half of a sheet. These are the sheets. It's taken a half of this. I just cut it with my knife right there. It takes half to go at that bottom part. So I'll do one for y'all. It's too time consuming to film the whole thing. But I was trying to get as much done as I could so Daddy could see it and see how pretty it looks. It looks gorgeous.
All right, you can do the rest of it. All of the gloves. All of the gloves go in here.
Alright. Looks like this after I cut it. Now I'm using this. I've cut the ends off like to fill in the corners where there's needed. So this is like my scrap and I'm just using it. When I cut on it. And I can tell you right now, as much as I love these tiles and they're really, really pretty, I know this one just came undone easy because it was the cut edge. It was a ravel. It's very, very hard to get. It's very hard to get to grab hold of it. Used the wrong one. Dadgummit. I used the wrong one. That's gonna have to be corners. I forgot. I need it. I need it. The grout has a certain look to it. So, right, this bottom one here has hardly no grout line because it's mostly on this one. And I'd used the wrong one. This has no grout line. It would have been the bottom. Anyway, so that's that. And now it's going to be hard for me to find a corner. I have to fight with finding a corner. They're not easy to find a corner.
What do you want to watch?
See, even that's not the real corner. See that? That's not the... So... So hard to get a corner. I told Mom it takes me longer to get a corner than it does to put the tile up. And now you have a full grout line. I'm gonna tell you right now, this has been very easy and it's pretty, except for peeling it. And I told Mom they should make these with a tab at the one corner where you just pull the tab and it comes off. And I went back after about 10 minutes of fighting with the first two. I sat down in that chair and spent about 5 minutes at Amazon. I would have sent these boxes back if I'd found any that actually have a tab, and none of them have a tab. And the tiles in there, the single square tiles that feel like, they literally feel like laminate floor, the ones that I used in there, they were easy to peel because they're hard. And the paper just, but these are soft and, you know, pliable. And it is hard as heck to find. It is hard to find. So I'm going to set this off to the side, and later when I need a corner, I'll cut this one and I'll cut this one. These will be used as my corners, which I need two down. I need 1, 2, 3, I need 4 down here. So anyway, I'm going to keep going. I'll show y'all how it looks as I get done. This is the cleanest section in the house. Right here. Everything behind me. Get a glimpse. Ah! Well, that's pretty. This is not. But that's pretty. It's my tile work. I've only got to here. Looks good. I'm tired. Alright, so got all of that done, that little bit in that corner. And I got the knobs on everything in that corner except for these 3 drawers. And I will not be putting knobs on the Lazy Susan. You just push them. But I haven't come on around that corner. And I'm not doing them 3 drawers tonight because Buddy's been here and he's fixed the water leak to the refrigerator ice maker. So I'm fixing to get over here and hook that up and move the refrigerator over. Look at this.
I just had some Power cottage cheese, so I had to get up and finish the laundry room that I destroyed today.
Just need to remember that we're working amongst.
Don't say it.
It's like we did a remodel with people living here. It's why I listen to some of those people say, oh my gosh, now they say they're going to stay in the basement while we do this job, but I don't think they'll stay in the basement. Well, that's kind of what went on here. Kind of.
I didn't have a basement.
Anyway.
But I get the gist of that.
It's because you can't stay away. Just leave it alone until it's done. Alright, I gotta put some tape on it. Buddy could have done this before he left. And I wouldn't have to. Might be in y'all's way of looking because I've got to be over a little bit. I cut the floor back so we could pull this wood out, this panel out. You can't even tell it now, praise God. I sat down with the liquid nails. My fingers are kind of sticky with the liquid nails, and so it's wanting to hold on to this tape. Is it raining now?
No. I don't know. I'm just sitting here in La La Land.
No. Oh my gosh. My fingers are sticking to this. I don't need a big piece, and I don't want it hanging on this, and I'll drop this. Try it. I know I'll drop it, and then the whole thing will unroll. That's the norm for me. I always want to go the way the threads go. So when you screw something on, if I did this way, then when I went to screw that on, it would back my tape out. Always make sure if you got to use tape, you go in the direction that you're going to be screwing.
Honey.
Mom, I just need to get it over enough I can hook this water line, and then we can move it on over in place.
Okay.
I can't be back here trying to hook this up.
Alrighty.
Alright, would you see if he put my wrench back? Never mind.
The blue handles?
Those are gigantic. Yeah. Oh, that'll work. Y'all see? I don't know what you can see. Oh yeah, you can see. No licky. No licky. It's pretty tight. I'm not feeling any water. I'll also tell you the best way for water is to completely dry it with a paper towel. And then like right here, lay a paper towel or a napkin. And then just check it, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, check it. It's easier to tell with a paper towel or toilet paper than anything else. I think that's as tight as we're gonna get it. Dry. All right, I'm gonna move this. Get Mama to help me move this refrigerator into place. I've got trim down there already, and you can't even tell where I had to cut the floor. I had to cut the floor. See that line right there? It's right beside this line. There's a slit comes back to about right there, and I pulled it back just so we could pull that panel wall back and hold it in place, because we couldn't unhook because the cabinet's already. That could have come unhooked, but the countertop's already glued down to it. So, it's fine. It is what it is. Here's the piece he cut off. We're going to move the refrigerator now and then move her coffee bar back. Look how good Mama...
Mom, she's
her,
so awesome.
her decorating... Look at
her
that.
skill.
It's
Her
adorable. Let me back up a little bit and get
Yeah,
the
that's
full...
so beautiful.
Woo! One of them butterflies has to come to the other side, and that has to move over a little bit. But other than that, it looks really good.
Well, I have something else I'm going to put on the other side, so it'll be fine.
Alright guys, I'm leaving. This is Dad's first night here.
My first night here.
Oh.
Well, he's always here too.
Well, I mean sleeping.
Well, yeah, he's not always here this way. Last couple of nights he hasn't come over at all.
Vanna White.
Look beautiful.
And I got knobs. I got her knobs on these, not down there, and not anymore down here, but I did get them on pantry. So pretty. I know it's dark because my phone's almost out of battery. Alright, love you guys. God bless y'all. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be down here again. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.